Thankfully, though, nothing going to impact us here in a direct way. I like to say we get side effects of storms when they get this close, but that's it. So, we don't need any storms this year. We're going to keep hoping that this trend continues because a lot of our storms so far this season have kind of taken a really similar track, and we're seeing that again with these two storms that are swirling in the Atlantic. Crazy to think how close Imelda is going to get to the Atlantic coastline, currently bringing tropical storm force winds and very heavy rain to the Bahamas. Look at this powerful system here. This is Hurricane Umberto, still a major hurricane. That is a textbook storm. When you learn about hurricanes in meteorology school, that's what it looks like right there. But Umberto is going to be so strong, and it's going to get so close to Imelda. What we were watching last week with what we call the Fujiwara effect, yeah, that's going to end up happening. That is a very rare phenomenon, and it's going to be really cool to see play out. The coolest thing is that it is going to tug Imelda right out to sea. And look, we are not worried about a landfalling storm any longer, which is not only, of course, good news for us here in the Bay Area, but especially our friends up in the Carolinas, who their anniversary for Helene and all that devastating flooding, if not yesterday, it was today. Expected to become a Category 1 hurricane, Imelda, by tomorrow afternoon, as it has its sights set on Bermuda middle of the week. Let's take you through the European model. A couple of things that we're watching. We were watching this very strong ridge of high pressure that was potentially going to trap this storm inland. Well, that's growing in a little faster, so that's also going to help bump this storm away from the coast. But watch these circulations become one as we head into the next couple of days. Umberto is just going to say, come on, Imelda, we got to go out to sea. There you go. And heavy rain on the way to Bermuda, high surf. Now, even with this storm paralleling the coast, we are still worried about high waves and high rip current risk along the Atlantic coastline. So for any reason you had any travel plans to the Atlantic coast this week, just know you need to be really careful if you do plan on getting into the water, because that rip risk will be very high. Here at home today, our side effects that I was talking about: breezy with a few storms. We'll have some wraparound showers as Imelda parallels the Atlantic coastline. And naturally, the closer you get to a center of low pressure, the breezier it's going to be. And Imelda will be close enough that we will have a nice breeze to work with. Late weekend to the weekend, another approaching front and an upper level low. Those things together are going to pump in more moisture and increase our rain chances just in time, unfortunately, for the upcoming weekend. Here's a look at satellite and radar. There's Imelda, there's Umberto. Showers already starting to push in along the Atlantic coast, and we do have a few of those moving into our area this morning. Polk County, also Highlands County and Hardee County. It looks like in Haines City, also in Frostproof, just some light rain if you're about to step out the door, and over just south of Avon Park. Now again moving into Hardee County. Heads up in Wauchula, some light rain possible for you over the next half hour or so. Temperatures pretty comfy, especially inland. Low 70s, 71 at the Notasassa, 76 in Tampa, 71 in Port Richey, 72 in Brooksville. You're at 76 in Sarasota. Let's take you hour by hour through the day. Imelda is going to continue to move north just until it reaches about Orlando before it makes that shift to the right. And we'll watch for a few showers again to kind of get caught up in that northerly flow, especially as we head into the afternoon. Here's a look at 3:30. So for that ride home from work and school today, maybe up towards Hernando and Pasco County, Polk County, also over into Highlands County, a few storms possible. If you live along the coast, you'll be mostly dry today. You'll also see a little more sunshine through your Monday, and we'll dry out as we go past sunset. Those wind gusts could pick up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour, especially into the afternoon. Here's a look at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Some gusts potentially going above 20. Highest gusts will be along the Atlantic coastline, but overall a breezy day today. When it comes to your marine forecast, going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, moderate chop on the bay with that northeast wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour, seas at about 2 to 3 feet. You'll notice a pretty similar forecast tomorrow, even drier Tuesday, but still breezy. We'll stay mostly dry through midweek before rain chances gradually start to increase Thursday and Friday, with scattered storms fairly likely Saturday and Sunday.